movie box office belonged to another 48 Hours this week. The film earned more than $19 million. Total Recall dropped to second place, and Back to the Future Part 3, Bird on a Wire, and Pretty Woman round out the top 5. Another 48 Hours is a hit at the box office, and it also did well with audiences in our exclusive Movie Track poll. Filmgoers rated the movie in the top third of the last 100 movies surveyed. 8 out of 10 called it outstanding or above average. There were more men in the audience, but men and women liked it equally.
You want me to go out with you for another 48 hours?
Now look, Reggie, this time I promise you it's gonna be different.
3/4 of the audience listed Eddie Murphy and Nick Nolte as a reason to see the movie. One moviegoer said Eddie and Nick are the best team.
You got the same car, same clothes.
That's the way I like it. I get attached to things, Reggie.
Other comments were a classic example of what an action-adventure should be and a fun flick.
Want to kiss myself? God.
Some moviegoers were concerned about violence in the movie. One audience member called it too violent, especially for kids.
It's been 8 years since the first 48 Hours, and when production began on the sequel, everybody wondered how Nick Nolte and Eddie Murphy would get along. They found that time and success hadn't spoiled the chemistry.
Welcome back, Reg.
Another 48 Hours once again teams up Nick Nolte as the cop and Eddie Murphy as the convict in the sequel to their huge 1982 hit.
Man, how could you leave my car outside all these years? What if somebody stole it?
Yeah, I had an alarm put on it. Here. You just push this blue button right there.
You have no appreciation whatsoever for what's happening. That's what it is. You don't know that that car is fly.
One of the things we've had to do is go back and look at 48 Hours 1 and see exactly, ask the question logically, why did it work?
They blew up my car!
It's a damn shame.
And they're at odds, but they respect the passion for doing one thing, whether it's Eddie and his pleasure for hedonism or Jack and his pleasure to drive to solve the problem. They have that in common, a passion there.
Lots happened since the first one, hadn't it? He was a much smoother Nolte back then.
Since the first 48 Hours, Murphy has become one of Hollywood's biggest stars, but it was pretty obvious that the chemistry between him and Nolte still worked.
After the first scene, there were no questions about it. Eddie came back exactly the same way he was before, and I came back the same way.
The very busy Nolte's next movie will be a family drama set in South Carolina based on the book Prince of Tides.
Barbara Streisand's going to direct it, and it's a marvelous book. It's a marvelous story, great script, and it's just something you have to do. I'd like to take some time off, but you just have to do it, and if it's there, you have to do it.
Time off for Nolte would be nice. After all, he and wife Rebecca have started a family.
I've got a great little boy named Brawley, and I just don't know why it took me almost 50 years to get a family together. I mean, I was just very foolish about it, but I'm very thankful.
So Nolte did just go to South Carolina to begin work on The Prince of Tides. That movie will be released next year.